Hello friends, and welcome to Light on Granite with Diana. We're going to do a short practice today focused on our shoulders and our neck. I'd like you to start at the top of your mat, standing in Tadasana, mountain pose. So our feet are going to be hips width apart, toes facing forward, arms along our sides, palms shining forward, standing tall with dignity like a mountain, closing our eyes, and then just feeling the ground beneath our feet. Noticing how our spine feels. And let's take a nice deep inhale. Raise those arms to the sky, gaze up. And then as we exhale, we're going to do a lateral stretch to the right. So that left arm comes overhead towards the right, right arm rests on our right side. Inhale, arms up. Exhale, we're going to move into our stretch on the left. And then inhale, arms up. We're going to do a W and Y stretch. So let's open those arms nice and wide, making it W with our upper body. Take a nice inhale. And as you exhale, pull those elbows in towards your ribs, making your Y. Inhale, arms out, making a W. Exhale, pull those elbows in. Inhale, arms out. Exhale, elbows in. Excellent. Go ahead, release your arms. And I want you to pull your right ear towards your right shoulder. And then your left. And release. We're going to move into our upper butterfly. So let's place our fingertips on top of our shoulders. We're going to inhale, open those wings nice and wide, stretching open our chest, stretching our back. And then as we exhale, we're going to pull the elbows together in front of us. Inhale, open. Exhale, closed. Inhale, open. Exhale, closed. And then let's come back to neutral. And we're going to do arm circles. So pretend you're drawing circles in the air with your elbows one way and then the other. And release. Then we're going to put our right elbow behind our head, pull it with our left hand. And switch sides. Excellent. While your hands are there, interlock them behind your head. Go ahead, place them on the back of your crown. Have your elbows nice and wide, and we're going to twist to the right. And then go ahead and twist to the left. And come back to neutral. Now let's push our hands into our head, push our head into our hands, strengthening our neck. And then slowly lower your chin down to your chest, drawing those elbows in, opening up the back of your neck. Inhale up. Let's move those hands to our forehead and do the same action. Push your hands into your forehead and your forehead into your hands. And then let's go ahead and fold our hands in. Put them underneath our chin. Raise our chin up towards the sky. And release. Let's sweep those arms behind our back. Interlock our hands. We're going to do two forward folds here. So inhale. Gently forward fold. Bend your knees if that feels good to you. And roll back up. And forward fold. And roll back up and release. Beautiful, friends. We're going to move into 3 rounds of Sun Salutation A. So go ahead, inhale, arms up, gaze up. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, down. Step back into plank position. Chaturanga Dandasana. Inhale, upward facing dog. Exhale, downward facing dog. And then look up to the top of your mat. Step forward, forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, down. Inhale, arms up, gaze up, hands together in front of your heart. 2 more times. Inhale, arms up, gaze up. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, down. Step back into plank, chaturanga, upward facing dog, and downward facing dog. Let's take a breath here. And then look up to the top of your mat. Step forward, forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, down. Inhale, arms up, gaze up, hands together in front of your heart. 1 last time. Inhale, arms up. Exhale, forward fold. Halfway lift. Exhale, down. Step back into plank. Chaturanga. Inhale, upward facing dog. Exhale, downward facing dog. And then let's slowly come onto our knees and push into a child's pose. And then let's roll up into table. And we're going to move into cat-cow with our breath. So you're going to inhale, head up, arc that spine, coming into cow. Exhale, head down, round the spine, coming into cat. Inhale, head up. Exhale, head down. And then at your own pace, head up, head down, and work your way into a neutral spine. Beautiful. From here, to help open up the shoulders, we're going to come into thread the needle pose. So go ahead, inhale that right arm up towards the sky, follow it with your gaze, and then we're going to bend that arm, thread it underneath our torso, bring that right shoulder down to the mat. And then you have an option here. You can slide that left arm forward, or if you would like to have a little bit of a different stretch, go ahead and bend that arm and place that left hand behind your back. Do what feels good to you. And breathe. Then inhale, slowly unwind, coming back into table. We're going to move into thread the needle on the other side. Inhale, left arm up. Exhale, thread that arm. Left shoulder comes down to the mat. And then you choose to slide your right arm forward or bring it behind your back, whatever feels good to you. And then let's come back into table. So from here, we're going to move into puppy pose. And we're going to extend our arms out towards the top of our mat. We're going to stack our hips on top of our knees and let our chest collapse into the mat. This can be an intense stretch, so feel free to do a one-armed puppy pose if that feels better to you today, or do 2 arms. And breathe. If you are doing single-armed puppy pose, make sure to switch at this point, switch sides. And now, friends, let's pull those hips back onto our heels, coming into child's pose. While we're in child's pose, go ahead, plug your toes, and then let's roll up onto our knees, bring your torso and head up. We're going to be moving into single-legged camel and then full camel. So right arm goes behind, holding on to that right heel. Left arm is extended in the air. Open up that chest. And then let's inhale, come back up to neutral spine. We're going to switch sides, so left hand to left heel, right arm up into the air. And then come back to neutral spine, and then you decide if you want to just alternate legs again or if you want to go ahead and come into full camel. I'm going to come into full camel here. If you actually want a deeper stretch, deeper camel, you can actually release your toes. But I'm going to keep mine plugged today and just open up that chest. And then come back up, and let's go ahead and come into child's pose, bending our spine the opposite direction, and sweep those arms along your sides. Give your shoulders a rest. And then let's slowly roll up. Let's come into a seated position, and then we're going to plant our feet in front of us, bending our knees. Slide our hands behind our back, fingertips pointing forward. And then we're going to inhale, push up into reverse table. Let's just hold it for a couple breaths. Exhale, lower down. And go ahead and release your back onto the mat. Give your knees a hug. Feel free to rock side to side if that feels good to you. And then go ahead and plant those feet back down onto the mat. I want you to take your hands. I want you to tuck them underneath the top of your sits bones. We're going to come into a supported fish pose here. So we're going to keep our legs bent and our feet planted, and we're just going to push up into our forearms, arcing our back, creating space underneath our back, letting our head rest on the mat. And breathe. And gently release your back down to the mat. I want you to interlock your hands, stretch them overhead. Feel free to stretch out your legs too if that feels good to you. And release. And now, friends, we're going to come into a quick resting pose, so feel free to come into corpse pose if that feels good to you, or if you're pregnant, I'd recommend coming into a fetal position on your side. And whatever resting pose you choose, just take a moment, check in with yourself, notice how you're feeling. Try to enjoy some of the sensations you're experiencing from your practice. And now, friends, for those of you in corpse pose, please go ahead and move into a fetal position. And then everybody slowly make your way into a seated position. We're going to do 3 rounds now of alternate nostril breathing, or Nadi Shodhana. So go ahead and get comfy. We're just going to be using our right hand for this practice. So you're going to use your thumb and you're going to close off your right nostril and breathe 5 times through your left nostril. And then we're going to plug our left nostril with our right ring finger and breathe in 5 times through our right nostril. This practice of alternate nostril breathing actually calms down the mind. Throughout the day, numerous times, one side of the brain is dominant as opposed to the other. And this practice actually helps neutralize the energies and brings you on an even keel. When you're ready, go ahead and switch sides. And switch sides again. And then we're going to do one more complete round on both sides at your own pace. And when you're done, gently release your hands. Let them rest gently in your lap. Close your eyes. Elongate your spine. Do a little body scan. Check in and see if there's any areas of tightness left in your body. And I want you to focus on bringing your breath into those areas of tightness with your inhale. And on your exhale, you're going to let everything go. Inhale. Bring that breath to those areas of tightness. Exhale. Let it all go. And friends, let's take a nice deep inhale. Bring those arms up to the sky. Hands together in front of your hearts. Thank yourself for your quick practice today to focus on your shoulders and your neck, to do something good for you, and to just take a moment away from everything else. Thank you so much for spending this time with me today. I look forward to seeing you again soon. Sending you love and light.